Okay, so just walked up on this, my sons and I. McNeil Homestead, 1882. Out of land, as surveyed in January 1947, the newly formed state of Florida by Deputy Surveyor Watson in 1851. The government created the threat of Indian uprisings and provided funds for internal improvements such as roads. The land was purchased from this board in 1882 by James McNeil, a veteran of the Civil War, 1st Regiment, Florida Infantry, Confederate States of America. Tax records indicate it was later owned by J.M. Mitchell. 1906 to 1915, L.L. Anderson, 1915 to 1937, and J.B. Starkey, 1937 to 1972. Before its present ownership of Southwest Florida, something or other, that remains of its early timbering and turpentine production. The Pasco County Historic Landmark is registered as a master site file on the Division of Historical Resources and Site. Its rediscovery and preservation for the public is a direct result of combined efforts of BSA Explorer Post 604, members of the Boy Scout troops of the West Central Florida, and so on. So let's go check this out, shall we? So, according to the placard, this was a well. This well was lined with brick and most likely made around the late 1800s. The minimal depth of the well was due to the shallow water table surrounding lakes. The well was most likely the main source of water for both livestock and inhabitants of this farm. Trash or treasure, the placard reads. This discarded old car parts and other trash of the site are the cast-offs of past inhabitants of this farm. The treasure of these artifacts lie in the information they reveal, and combined with other objects, archaeologists just don't dig for artifacts, but mainly for the information these clues leave behind. Looks like a part of a rear quarter panel or something. Maybe a subframe or a framed front end over there. Not sure though, but kind of what it looks like. Okay, according to the placard, 2 animal pens of wire and rough hen boards still exist on the property. Small livestock such as hogs and goats were most likely kept here. Don't know how well the camera's picking this up. There's the post and some wire. Maybe if I move over here a little bit, it'll pick it up a little better. Okay, let's move on to our next stop. Okay, so the placard says log cabin. The 2-notch logs and small mound of earth containing metal roofing material and bricks are all that remained of the 10-foot wide by 20-foot long building made of logs. A small kitchen area possible stood off to the side on the left. It was still standing when Mr. J.B. Starkey Sr. bought the land in 1937. So, looks like that might have been one of the pieces there of log. Not seeing much else, truth be told. But if you see something, let me know. 'Cause, you know, I'm not perfect and I miss stuff. Alright, let's see what else we can find. Sorry guys. So there it says grave site. Pioneer frontier graves were often surrounded by rocks, seashells, and pieces of household pottery. Without readily available transportation to take the deceased to a cemetery, family members were often buried on the property soon after death. Research of the early census records suggests this is the grave of James McNeil's first wife, Martha, 1949, and her son, Donald, 1870. They died before 1880. So, looks like maybe the rocks and such from where their graves might be or were at one time located. So, kind of sad, kind of tragic. Okay, we're going to move on and see what else we can find. Okay, pasture land right here in front of us. Early surveyors indicate this was once a pasture. Evidence of a fence still exists separating the home site from the pasture which the animals grazed. Don't know if you can see it, but right just to the right and in front of the palmetto right there looks like a piece of fence post. See if we can find a right here, if we can see anything. Looks like that was it that I could see. So let's carry on and see what else we can. Well, that looks like that's all that was here. So let's take off and see what other kind of adventures we can get ourselves into. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, feel free to do so. Thank you now.